start streaming. Are you fixing them?
No, I'm just having a look at the good ones where they connect to their little boards.
Okay. All right. Today we are going to do a quick little video to review the DC power supply iPhone battery connector squids, because there's a lot of these that are out there. And we have been using these for a long time. We use these every single day. Everything that we do is diagnosing why do these boards not turn on. So we use this DC power supply squid. And this is our favorite pick. This is the one that we sell on iPad Rehab Supply. Now we've gone through, like everybody else, you try everything there is, and what we have described these as these are the least shitty of what is really a shitty product. So a while ago, I refused to use any of these because I just felt that they were not as trustworthy as simply soldering wires to your battery terminal and attaching alligator clamps to your DC power supply. But since then, I think this came around when ZXW came out, where now we suddenly had a much broader ability to troubleshoot problems because it was a lot faster. So it kind of made this annoying little device just a requirement for board repair, just like ZXW has kind of become a requirement to do board repair. So let me show you why we picked this particular one. So this one has the plugs for the DC power supply that are of the better quality. So let's look at the plugs first. So you're going to plug it into your DC power supply with these plugs. And what I like about these is that they are not simply screwed on. They are really a one piece, the wire, the connector, that's one piece of plastic, and they don't come apart. One of the things I hated about the last kind of cables that we had were that these would constantly come off, and they were just really attached in kind of a kindergarten way. So I like these cable ends. So we can plug it in, and then we have this big array of different choices. Another thing that I like about these are that they have now, and they didn't used to be, they're now color coded on the ends so that you can quickly, remember, like, oh yeah, brown is the, 6S plus. What I don't like about them is that if you open up a bunch of these packages, the brown is not always the 6S plus. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So you get used to being like, I need the blue one, I need the blue one. Shit, that's not the 6S. God damn it. So you have to kind of stick with the one that you use a lot. And like everything, this, here, this one, what is this? This is it's the 4S and the 4G. It doesn't have a color code thing on it at all on this one. Whoops.
Yeah, it doesn't on the 5 and 5S either. On the ones where they put two in the same.
Okay, yeah. So they're like, nobody's going to really be using that much. So, so this has connectors for the 4 and the 4S, which, when was the last time you used 4 or 4S? I think I've done it once in the last month. I had a 4S.
I don't think I've ever used since we've been using those. I have not fixed any 4 or 4S.
I did one 4S at the last course. I remember that, but before that, I don't know. And then the 5 and 5S. I use this at least once a day. I mean, that's what I'm working on right now. I've got a 5S in front of me. Mm-hmm. So for me, at least, we see enough 5C, 5S that I really like having this. I still see a bunch of 5s, like for data recovery. So to me, I needed the 5, which is why I got rid of the black cables that didn't have the 5. That was annoying. Then it has a dedicated one here for the 6, and then the 6S, 6S plus. And then this one has one for the 7, which I really like.
7, 7 plus, and SE.
Yeah, 7, 7 plus, and SE. So I really like having that dedicated cable for the 7 rather than trying to jam the 6S one in the 7, and it kind of fits if you bang on it hard enough. And then it has, do you ever use this?
I have used that to hook up to a little battery board to get it up to 3.8 when it's a little low.
Okay. So this is a standard mini USB. And then it has this. Now, neither one of us have ever used this, but you know what would be fun? You know what would be fun that I want to do? I want to plug in a lightning cable into this sucker and make a DIY ripple voltage TriStar nightmare charging situation. Shove this on a cheap cable and see what does it take to blow up a TriStar with a DC power supply, because you could just crank it up, crank it down. You could, like, let's make a ripple voltage. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
So I want to kind of see what does it actually take to cause TriStar damage, and I think this would be kind of a fun experiment to do that. So this is my pick, the Universal 4 through 7, 7 Plus SE, all the cables you'll ever need. And what else I like about it is the construction of the actual joints here. So if we look under the microscope at these dogs, these are really the best of the shitty product here. So
Yeah.
let's take a look.
That design is still a weak point in the design.
Yep.
But what I noticed looking at both of them is that the wires that they used in these have more copper strands. It's
More
weird.
copper strands in the wires. All right, I'm going to make the microscope camera work. So tell us what you think. How many of these different sets of cables have you personally used?
I think I've used
All of them?
I've used 3 or 4 different styles.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, the newer white ones that we have are definitely the favorite. I didn't have any. I'm still using these, like the shittiest first ones.
So the ones
at the
Lewis
house.
sells?
Yeah, the ones that Lewis is selling at
Yeah.
home.
Mm-hmm.
And
you cry every night?
well, somebody wanted to.
Is that the whole reason why you don't complain about coming up here for course week, is because you get to use the good cables? You're like, yeah, I'll do another course. Sure.
Well, I brought a set of those home because somebody wanted to get a kit and wanted some of those cables too. So I was like,
Right.
all right, I'll go home, put that together, and
Right.
ship it all together.
Did
And
you swap them?
I didn't swap them, but
I thought about
I
it.
didn't ship anything to them until I came back up here because
You started using the cables you were going to send to them, and then you couldn't bear to part with them and go back to the shitty
Yeah.
Lewis cables.
Yep.
And so you told them some lie about shipping.
No, he was cool. He was Australian.
Oh, yeah. So he might as well throw another 2 weeks on there. I mean, it's going to be long enough before he gets it anyway.
Yeah, he was totally cool with it. But yeah,
All right.
I couldn't. Well, the things were, the ends were popping off of mine like some of these are,
Yes.
and it's just so
Let's see
annoying.
if the
To,
microscope
every
is
time
working
you
now.
have to use it, you have to strip a wire and solder a new one on.
Oh, I remember those days. So what I like about the recommended iPad Rehab Power Squids are that the cables they're at least protected by this hot glued gun-on piece of plastic. So there's that. But then, kind of under here, there's more strands per lead here, and they're soldered on. I like this piece of hot glue gunned on plastic, because what I found is that over time, without that, like on the shitty Lewis cables, these would desolder, and you're constantly having to put these back on, and then they start to kind of like get really spread out, and then you've got things touching each other.
Yeah, well, they
And
break
that's
where
what's not cool.
at the point where they're not soldered anymore.
Right.
That flexing constantly starts to break wires.
Right. So at least this, it keeps them separated. So I like that. All right. So that is my review of the iPad Rehab Universal Power Squid. Now we do sell 2 versions of these. This is what we recommend that folks buy. This is the one that includes the 4 all the way up to the 7. And this is on iPad Rehab Supply, and we'll show you exactly where you can buy your Universal Power Squid as recommended by iPad Rehab Supply. So let's click that open. And here we are at iPadRehab.com, and then you just click over to Supply Store. So here we are, iPadRehab.com. click over to our supply store and you can see this. The Universal DC Power Squid battery connector, which goes from 44S plus all of these guys. And this cable is the least crappy of all the similar Chinese cables that we have tried. I think these are actually made in Malaysia though, so that's a big fat lie. So this one. Now we also have the ones that I'm still willing to sell, which are the non-shitty. Oh, did you see this, Mark? We started selling the other, I love this product as well. Maybe we should do a little review. The screw organizer.
Oh yeah, I was using one of those tonight.
Oh yeah, well let's take a look at that. Let's show everybody. This also is available on iPad Rehab Supply. I love this. This is a screw organizer, which you get one for each type of phone that you work with in your shop. And if you get a phone that's donated or one that you're taking apart and want to store or keep, then you match the actual screws, and you can see they're all labeled here. So you take apart the device, and then you're going to drop this screw into hole C, and then it's going to stay in there. Isn't that cool? You can probably see the screws. I don't really know. Don't dump it out. And you can store some shields and things like that. That way, if you ever are doing a repair in front of a customer and bing, there goes one of their screws, and you know they're sitting there going, you know, you can be like, I'll be right back. And then you just kind of whip this out and plug it in. It's nice for just filling in screws on missing phones. Oh, yeah. Is that, what were you doing with this?
Filling in screws on phones that were missing them.
Yeah, just like, it's super easy, just as a courtesy to be able to say, hey, I filled in some missing screws for you. Super easy. You don't have to like sort them all. So I love that as well.
And you're not throwing the last shop to work on their phone under the bus, but you know, you're letting them know that, hey, there's some screws missing.
Yeah, you know. Oh, things happen. All right, so back to our cables. So there's a second set of cables that we're still selling, which is on the next page. I think I demoted them. Yeah, these guys. All right, so these ones are our former favorite. So it's the same exact cable, except it does not have the 7. It doesn't have the 7. It has just the, it just goes up to the 6S, 6SP one.
Oh, you have to change that then if it says SE.
I shove it in the SE just fine. It doesn't fit in the 7, but it shoves in the SE just fine. Huh. So this one I'm still selling because they came with this little kind of rinky-dink battery charging board, which I don't really think is super useful. What do you think? So that's this stuff. So it comes with the, you know, it's the same cable set. So it's got the nicer, you know, quality plugs. It has the plastic covers on the connectors, and it has the little colored bands so that you can recognize these different ones. But it doesn't have the 7 connector. So I find that annoying at this point. I didn't used to. We didn't see enough 7s that I really cared about it. But it also comes with, we sell it in a bundle as we get it, rather than splitting it out and selling the little charger board separately.
I use the little charger board.
So what do you like about the charger board?
If I notice that my battery that I have for testing is getting a little low, maybe it's at like 3.6 and it's not going to be good enough when I'm done with the repair, I'll pop it on there, and by the time I'm done changing touch ICs, it's up to 3.8.
All right, that makes sense. All right, so this is sold, let me dump one of these up, with its own little cable. See, it comes with this cable. Mm-hmm. And the board is this little doohickey here. So super tiny. It's way smaller than it seems like it would be. And it looks like this. So you plug it in. So this is just a regular old USB connection. So you plug it in there, and then you can plug it into, Mark, you can plug it into a charger. A 5-volt charger. Now, Mark thinks that's a terrible idea. Why do you think that's a terrible idea?
I don't necessarily think it's a terrible idea. I just think if you have the other half of that set that has a USB female plug, you should just plug it into your DC power supply and set it at 4.2.
So you think that you should plug it into this guy so that you can use your DC power supply and set it at less than 5 volts to kind of bring up the battery charge less aggressively.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way things should be done according to Mark, right? Okay.
It makes me feel better.
It makes you feel better. All right. Well, I looked on the Battery University stuff. I didn't find anything that was contrary to charging it. What I did find is that lithium-ion batteries don't really like to go to full charge, and they definitely don't like to go above full charge. So you're actually better off. You'll get a longer life if you don't charge it up to 100%. If you don't let it get to 4.1, 4.2, it will have a longer life, even though it will not be at its maximum capacity. That's something I learned today. Did not know that, but I love the guys at Battery University. They seem super knowledgeable. Now this thing, Mark, what do you think about the magic button? Right, so this board, you can plug in these batteries and deliver a charging current to them, or you can press the magic button. Ding! Battery activation. Burr, burr, battery activation.
Now what's that button doing? Like,
magic.
Is that putting 5 volts on gas gauge?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. So we can see, we can read the board and be like, all right, what's this sucker doing? And we can see that, you know, here is, isn't that gas gauge in the 5?
Yeah, I think it is.
You know, so it's going, that's definitely gas gauge. So it is delivering magic to the gas gauge line. So I would just guess that battery activation, if you have some kind of battery that is so depleted that you can't rejuvenate it because you can't wake up the battery data side of things, that you can press the magic button and punch it in the face and then it'll start working again, I guess. I don't know. Probably useful. I think we actually use this thing way more. Maybe we'll start selling this. So this one I like a little bit better to kind of go back in your charging area. So this is pretty much the same thing, but just in a larger format to kind of sit back there. And I like this one because it tells you how much voltage is going into your little charger, and it can read what's up with the battery. So it'll kind of like flicker and go nuts. Yeah. Now this is a hoot.
Yeah, this one's got a potentiometer. I think you can adjust what the voltage is on it. I haven't tried it, but it does have a little knob you can turn there.
Have you ever used this, Mark? Now this is this is like $250. And I've used it about 3 times. Giant waste of money. I accidentally sold one for $25. Whoops. Technically it was Sunday, but this thing, in theory, you can put battery. It's got that same little board, and you can put a battery on it, and then it will read the battery little circuit board, and it will tell you a couple of facts about the information. It will let you reset the battery cycle count, so all your refurbishers, this is definitely a go-to tool. Nobody'd be dumb enough to not be able to reset your cycle count on your batteries if even Jessica can do it at iPad Rehab. But I didn't find it super useful. It would beep and go nuts all the time, and I thought that it would tell me good batteries from bad batteries, but it just hasn't proven useful. So back in the box it goes. Maybe we should leave it out for students to mess around with and see.
Yeah,
if
somebody figure out what this thing's good for.
Find out what makes that thing worth $250. All right, that's a good idea. Okay, now let's do the, kind of compare and contrast. Let's talk about the cables that we do not sell. So we no longer sell the black cables at all. The black cable, the black cables don't have the 5S, and that's just I need it too much. So I was constantly pulling it out, looking for the old cables, switching them in, and eventually just threw it away, just too annoying. So I think that's too little use. Tony Tone donated $5. Union repaired LCD digitizer diagram volt testing board for iPhone 6. All right. $89 for that. What are you talking about? 89. Wait, if my $250 battery thing is now $89 when I paid $250, I'm gonna be pissed. Especially because I bought 2 of them and sold the other one for $25 by accident. So yeah, that's not gonna be cool at all. The other one that we don't sell, we got a whole bunch of them in the ye old trash can. All right, Mark, take one out and let's switch seats, and you can tell us why are these in the trash can. I changed the trash bag, so it's only shit we don't like in there.
Those are in the trash can because they're fucking garbage.
We'll get one out.
I took one out already.
All right, let's switch.
Okay.
Switcheroo. And now you can see if you can actually read my little new chat window there.
Oh yeah,
as you go along. I think you have to have better vision than I have in order to do it.
Yeah, no, I can totally read that just fine.
All right.
So
these are the ones you've been using at home.
Yeah.
Crying every night.
Yeah. So
did you buy them from Lewis?
No, I don't buy things from Lewis.
That was a trick question. You passed. Oh my God! Did you hear that he fucking threw away that box, the birthday present?
He did.
Fucking threw it away.
$50 in it?
Did you?
Yeah, like an asshole.
Did you take the $50 back out before you sent it?
No, because I didn't want to be
God.
an asshole, and he just threw it away. Can you believe that? That's why I have no problem.
I believe he threw it away. I can't believe you actually didn't take the money back out.
I see the wisdom in hindsight. You were right.
Yeah.
You got me. You are so right. All right.
Well, I hope that somebody on his street at least was able to enjoy the $50.
Maybe the lady who lost her phone at the dump and then found it looked in there first. That's what I hope. That's what I'm going to tell myself. All right, so you want to look at that under the microscope?
Yeah,
right,
so
microscope cam. Here we go.
This is something that has annoyed me quite a bit. Is that this is how they connect to the banana plugs, and it's a little set screw there, and this thing just like shoved up in there, and that screw backs itself out over time,
or was never screwed in to begin with. Like,
yeah,
at least half of the ones I opened, the bottom of the box are the red and the black little thing.
Over probably 6 or 8 months of using these, I've had to fix that part of it.
How many in the trash have both of their connectors? Let's see. How many of these cables are in the trash? 1, 2. You have to click the
Which one?
Nope, not that. Don't do that. Nope, get away. Nope. Get back up at the top.
You do it.
God bless America. You have to just go here and take away. There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, fancy. All right, let's dig through the trash. All right.
So does yours have all its connectors? Mine doesn't.
All right, let's see how many. This is like a Halloween costume, like some kind of like Medusa hair or something. Right,
mine's missing the 4 and the 5. Oh, and the alligator clips are so shitty on these. Like they never
this one just
line
fell
up
off.
right.
All right, let's see. In the bottom of the trash can, I found 2 of the what are those called?
Banana plugs.
The banana plugs. 1 of the alligator clamps. All right, so let's look. Here's mine. I got a red plug and just a nub. This one has neither one of them, so -2. These both have them on there.
Look at that.
Good to go.
They must have only been used a few times.
They must have another reason why they're in the trash pile. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, this one. Look at it. This one. These are just so shitty. And it was so funny because Lewis is like, I'm going to sell these for cheaper than you. He's, by the way, splitting out the battery board and selling it separately. So he's going to, I'm going to sell these cheaper than you, Jessa.
If you're after like raking in dough and not actually providing good products, then it makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah, exactly. So then I was like, I assumed he was getting the good cables, and then I see it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
They got other cables for half price.
Yeah, you're selling this shit ones. All right, here's the connector on this one. And on the next one, here we go. Yeah, this is the problem. Look at how, here, show how those are like soldered on to begin with. And then straight back in the trash can. Yeah, look at that. Just push it up a little bit. You can't see it on the microscope. Yeah, there you go. That's some high quality product right there.
Yeah.
Get yours here on Rossman Supply for that's so funny too, because last night they were $9.99, and then I posted on his Instagram like, seriously, you got the fucking shitty ones, and
you
then
can see,
now they're $8.99.
You can see on these alligator clips the only way they were useful was to actually solder a wire to the end.
Yes, you have to solder a wire to it. I remember that. I did that many times.
They'll never clip on things, right?
Yeah, I remember that. All right, my next set of cables here is has absolutely, it's missing the iPhone 6. That's an important one.
Yeah.
That's a drag. All right, and missing an alligator clamp. Back in the trash can. Let's click away from that. All right. Why is this one in the trash? Let's see. Maybe it's perfectly good.
Yeah.
We should just mail these all back to Lewis and say we've got some extra goods for your supply chain. Oh yeah, here we go. It's got
RMA them.
Yes. Yes, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, so this one has no. I mean, look at that. Just look at it. Put that back under the microscope. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it just kills me. Push it up a little bit. Look at that! Oh my god. All right, plus, none of these have even the semblance of a gas gauge. You know, the other ones have the white wire that is at least providing some kind of middle information of, you know, who knows what. I mean,
who
who knows? We should cut one apart.
Here's 2 volts.
See what's going on. Yeah. Just press the magic button and get like 4 or 5 volts. All right. Christy, do you ever use the power squids?
No.
So you don't have a preference? Do you want to?
They don't have the hookups for iPads.
We have a lot of cheap ones here. If you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait. Now, where did we get these ones that have the iPad connector? Now this is cool. Christy, do you ever use this? This is pretty cool.
What?
The iPad, like, you know, DC power supply. iPad.
Those things came with the Kaisi.
Yeah,
Casey.
or not iPad, but iPa.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this one's for the iPa 4.
Yeah, I've used
And
those
the
in the
iPod
past,
3.
but I had no idea where they went, so I haven't used them in a long time.
All right, so they've been hiding under my desk. The
Okay.
iPa 3.
Good to know.
Good to know. All right, there you go.
Got some batteries I'd love to charge. Do they have an air one? There's an air one, right? Yeah, I think there is.
I guess so. All right. Can I have them? I'm making a time machine. That sounds pretty funny. Let's see. What else is going on in the chat?
Monero would have quit if he started digging through that box.
Jason, go out in the trash, get that box, dig up $50. It's your $50 now. I bet he'll do it. And I'll come teach you how to
Beanbag chair too.
And your beanbag chair. You totally need a bean. It's an awesome beanbag chair. Underdog did not piss on it.
It is. I was mad at Jessa for getting rid of that.
Yeah, see? She was mad at Jessa for getting rid of it, and now it's in the fucking dump. For no reason. That is just a shame. Plus, you can have all the glitter.
It's surprising how satisfying it was to dig through the beans in the beanbag chair.
Yes, it was.
They really are.
It really
They're not
was.
like packing peanuts at all. They were very
Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right.
non-staticky.
All right, what else was in here? You'll need to buy a new screw organizer for every model. Yep, but you know, this is one of those things where, you know, it's tough with business. The designer of the screw holder is Raul, who has invented a number of really helpful industry tools. And my feeling, especially like with local businesses, when you kind of shop with people that you know that are not corporations, like if I go get my car fixed locally, like if I go to Jimmy's Garage, I have zero desire to argue with Jimmy on the price for what he wants to charge me for my tires, because I want to pay Jimmy what he wants to charge in order for him to be motivated to stay in business and to make a profit and to keep his doors open so that I can go to Jimmy's garage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same way with, like, I want for Raul to continue to make cool tools, you know, so whatever it is that he needs to charge in order to be willing to continue to develop and troubleshoot and to try different things and to, you know, make sure, like the shields, you know, he made all these shields. He invested $12,000 into let me produce these for the industry. Got done doing that. People bought a few, and then they're like, I don't really need shields anymore. Fuck shields. So he's left holding the bag on that. So if he wants to charge $89 for this box, by all means. I stand by the box being a clever and useful tool. I really like having it, and everybody that comes to the course thinks, oh, it's really cool. Well, then you got a winner, you know. So when you get a winner, then you need to charge people and subsidize all of the things that you put time into that were, you know, a good idea that didn't pan out.
Yeah, he's not putting that into his down payment for his yacht.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not putting it into a down payment for his yacht. And that's the thing. Like, you have to kind of know him and be like, you're a reasonable guy, and you are coming up with all these ideas. A lot of them kind of don't work out, but the ones that do, you know, I have absolutely no problem, you know, paying Raul for that. And that's why we decided, you know, we'll sell these as well. And that's the deal. All right. It's so funny because everybody's like, you know, we're sitting here making fun of the cheapest, shittiest made, crappiest cables that you can get. And yet, oh, you know, those are only $9. I could get 2 sets instead of one of the good ones for 24. I don't know. All right, that's pretty funny. All right. Okay. Do we have anything else to say about cables? Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and look at other cables that you can buy that are out there. So we'll go back to. Let's see. Are we on this? Let's go back to our window.
I gotta get out of here.
Why, you turned into a pumpkin?
I think the beer store stopped selling.
Oh shit!
In like 7 minutes.
Or you can go to you can go buy them from Lewis. So Lewis is selling. Lewis is selling these ones, which look. Oh geez, they are the ones that have the. Yeah, crappy plugs, no plastic. I mean, the crappy connectors, no color things identifying, no plastic on them.
They don't even match between his different pictures either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then those ones. And then he's funny because he then has taken apart the little battery board that comes with him and is selling that separately. Yeah, see, look, he's separately selling. So it's so funny, like, oh, I'm going to sell it so cheap. And then I'm going to separately sell the, you know, silly little battery board. So there you go. So there's that. And now that we have thrown everybody under the bus, do we have anybody else to throw under the bus or recommend? Are all the crappy cables back in the trash? I couldn't have the students like have to use them. That would not be cool.
Yeah, I threw mine away.
All right, threw them away.
Yeah.
All right, back in the trash. You can turn your station off. I don't have to yell at Corey tomorrow.
Obviously, Corey left
Obviously,
that on.
Corey. Yes. Blame the students. So, what'd you think of this X Toy Mini today, Mark?
It was long.
Yeah, it was. It was long. They got it in the end. So Christy, they blew the backlight on at the end of a very long, instead of the 1 hour, 2 hour, it was a 3 hour Sex Toy Mini job. They got to the very end, they blew the backlight filter. And then they put a backlight filter on, and then they bridged it to the grape line. And that was also pretty painful. All right, let's see. Does Mark have his own channel? Yes, he does. The amazing Mark Schaefer on markschaefer.youtube or
You
whatever.
can spend the whole day watching long screw damage repairs.
Yes, you can get your fix on long screw damage. All right, I need those crappy cables, Jessa. All right, I'll leave them right here. Come pick them up. Here you go. Come pick them up. I will take this whole trash bag full of them.
That's like a ton of good jumper wire in there.
Yeah, a ton of good jumper wire. You want to take one home?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. We'll leave this trash can right here, Spectre, for you. Come pick up anytime. 4 North Main Street in beautiful, snowy, Christmassy Honey Falls, New York.
And stop by New York City too to do some dumpster diving at Lewis's and get $50.
Yeah, you could go, or you could fix these up, go take them and sell them to Lewis for $5 each, and he'll make a profit on them. It's a great deal, a great business coming up. iPadular Rehabular. Okay, all right. One of the various spellings of Schaefer. How do you spell Schaefer?
Shaffer.
Yes, the Schaffer.
The correct
Schaefer.
way.
Oh, the correct way. Okay, all right, gotcha. Okay, so do an auction right now. I bid $5 for the trash bag of JIT cables. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. $5 will give me $5.10. $5.10. Anyone? No free shipping. You know what? How about this? If you buy, if either one of you guys on chat buys something off of iPad Rehab Supply, like quality cables, and you send us a note that says, I want you to send me one of the shit cables from the trash bucket, we will include the shit cable from the trash bucket with your order for free. Limited time while supplies last. While supplies last. Get a shit cable for free with any iPad Rehab Supply order of anything. Buy it quick. Get a free shit cable. We'll even include the pieces of it that fell off, and all you have to do is
If
screw.
we can find them.
If we can find them. If we can find them. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 in there. If we can find them. All right, sounds good. All right, so look at that, 525 and then 520. I love
if
that
it goes
option.
for $10, I'll even throw in a baby food jar full of dead TriStars.
Oh, did you hear that? If we can get $10 for the shit bucket. The shit bucket.
A lot of TriStars to fill a baby jar.
All right, it's not full.
It's just however many TriStars are in the baby jar. Mark will throw in. How about this? If we can get to $12, I will sweep the floor. And any chips that are in the dustpan, I will include in the trash bag.
It's guaranteed to be at least,
You know what else is in here?
3 Masons, which is
You know-
a $20 value.
Yeah, exactly. Accidental Masons. We will throw in a shit I'm pretty sure that Lewis also sells these. Let's go find out. I will throw in a shitty stencil where one of them is missing entirely. So you'll have a mystery chip that you cannot fix with this stencil, but the rest, look how it's not going to be too thick. Here, no, you tore that out. Why, do you like that stencil?
No, it was that particular stencil was like
I'm gonna go on a hunt and see if Lewis sells those
edges of an
stencils.
EMMC without the inside square.
Okay.
So it was like I only had to place 15 balls by hand instead of 153.
All right, let's find out what kind of stencils Lewis is. Oh, please let me see the shitty stencil. All right, let's see. Let's find out. Please have him selling the shit stencil. All right, what do we have here? All right, let's see. So, okay, for $2.79, he's selling this stencil. Now, even the ones that are not, obviously those are not going to be the 3D stencils, but even the ones that are the good square hold stencils are the cost on those is like $10. All right, let's see. Do they have square holes? Do they?
Looks like it.
Maybe. All right, let's go buy some then. Do they? Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we'll have to count on somebody else to review those, I think. All right, there we go. Does he have any other stencils? Let's find out. $2.79. And then a capacitor. Oh, this is what he started doing, making links to his Amazon. I think that's pretty smart. All right, let's see. 3D stencils are the best. Yes, iPad Rehab has 3D stencils, which are the kind everybody likes because we actually use them every day,
Yeah,
and
those are
we
great.
vet that stuff.
I dislike.
Right? Guess the amount of TriStars to win the cables. Yes, let's do that. We haven't done any kind of giveaways. We should do that. Let's do that. Where do you have them at home or here?
At
do you
home.
have anything here that's like
No.
a bunch of dead TriStars? You know what we should do? Let's start collecting.
I got like a tray like you do over there full of things.
Oh yeah, like dead.
Like
These are some good
I
chips.
have a baby food jar at home that's where chips go.
Right.
Chips.
I mean, this
Chips
is
and
actually
screw hole brackets.
this is stuff that I considered something I shouldn't throw on the floor. Look at that. It's like all PMICs, a couple of NANDs, potentially maybe working NANDs, a CPU, a RAM. Look at that. That's pretty swanky.
I'll bring my baby food jar next time.
I think we should do a guess the number of
Have her take a picture.
guess the number of random chips in the shit chip jar.
And you can also guess the number of screw hole posts.
Screw hole post for lung screw damage.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Yes. And then you can win the shit bucket. I love how the stencil just fell down. I love that. Reballed TriStars from the floor. Win-win in my book. Yes. And we'll sweep the floor.
I'm getting
That'll
out
be
of
like a
here.
bonus. All
It's
right.
too late for
Me too. This is
Oh
this
man,
is
I
dumb.
missed beer clock.
Isn't Mark missing out on buying beer right now? No.
I am.
Isn't there beer at the house? There's
There was. Now there is no longer.
really.
I think there's one.
There were like more than one the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I got here on Sunday night. That's right. That's right. That whole time I was in New York. Gotcha. All right, is there? You know what we need to buy for the house? A box of wine for like these moments.
Oh yeah, box wine. That
Yeah,
stuff never
box
goes
wine.
bad.
Yeah, it never goes bad. We could shove it in the bottom of the drink fridge, and
Yeah.
then like in a moment like this,
Yeah. It's like,
you know what
all
you
right.
should fucking
go
do?
Go back to the house and drink some Francesca.
You know what you should do with the money that you make selling the dead TriStars
Yeah.
in the shit bucket? You should get a bottle of bleach to fix the kegerator out in the garage. There's really nothing wrong with it other than a little bit of mold.
That sounds like work.
There's a quarter cup of margarita.
Quarter cup of margarita right there. Look at that. That's the medicinal margarita for students that are nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if we can.
We got to keep that.
We
for
got to
the
keep
shaky
that for
hands.
the people that are like too freaked out to do that. All right. I'm going to make room for my new shit cables that I'm going to win. All right, let's do that. I'm going to change the title to Shit Cable Giveaway coming soon. That's what the next stream is going to be, the shit cable giveaway. We're going to have to think. Comment in the comments below what your ideas are for the shit cable giveaway. And we will go around and make sure that we don't have any other shit cables stuffed in the potted plants and, shoved behind the desk, so that we can really get all the shit cables filled up, and we'll do something fun. Shit cable giveaway. I like it. All right. Shouldn't there already be a fridge full of beer at iPad Rehab?
You'd think.
You'd
It's
think.
hard to keep a fridge full of beer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to. Yeah, you can make a fridge full of beer at iPad Rehab. You can't really keep it up. Same thing with a Diet Coke. It's impossible. Okay, so stay tuned for the details coming soon of the shit cable giveaway, where you can have a chance to win shit cables, dead TriStars that can be reballed and then not work, shit we found on the floor, and who knows what else? Who knows what kind of treasures await in the shit cable box? And that is all for today.